Well, Mr. Charlie, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable. Myself, Ryochi, and my co-host Daryl, we'd like to welcome you. And
Yes.
Thank you.
what attracted you to begin your acting career?
To be honest, I would say when I got into acting, it wasn't so much of me having a passion or even thinking, oh, I can do this. I was always a sports athlete in high school and as I was a younger kid. So I played soccer, basketball, baseball, but during my off season, like I want to say maybe junior year, I had some of my friends who were kind of just like, "Oh, we should try theater." And I'm like, I don't act, I don't do that. So, but they're like, "No, no, no, just do it with us. Let's just go." So I went, auditioned, got a role, and I was like, "Okay, well." Let's see how this goes. So for my junior and senior year of high school, I did theater, and that's kind of where the spark came in. But again, I didn't even see myself like going past that outside of high school. So let's move forward a little bit into college. That's when I didn't play any sports. I got into fitness. I got into like training, but I didn't have anything else. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to see what the acting stuff is. And my brother, I was also already helping my brother, who's a dancer. He does some acting stuff with his dance at his agency. So I was kind of going to his sets that he was on. I was watching the behind the scenes. I'm like, oh, this is actually interesting. So I decided, let me give myself a shot and see. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
As a former bodybuilder myself, what inspired you to get into fitness? And as far as competitions, how many competitions have you been in and what's your record so far?
So I am completely natural. I'm still natural. Most people think, oh, how are you that big or how do you look that good? And I'm natural. I don't take, anything. But I got into weightlifting when I started college since I wasn't doing sports anymore, but I wanted to stay active. And within the first 3 years of me getting really into training, I became a personal trainer.
Nice.
From there, a few years later, like 2016, 2017, that's when I joined the Navy. And from there, 2018, I was like, I guess convinced enough to compete and step on stage in board shorts. And I wasn't so thrilled about it because I've always just pushed it off. But yeah,
Mhm.
I 2018, I decided, okay, well, if this pro bodybuilder is telling me if I step on stage right now, I will place, he must know something. So I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
let's give this a shot. Um, and I went ahead and did it. My first year, 2018, I got second place.
Nice.
Um, and then after that, I competed once every year. And within my third competition, I got my pro card in men's physique. And then I got my pro card in men's classic. Yeah, and it's all natural bodybuilding. Mhm.
That's awesome.
That's
To
awesome.
me, I feel like natural bodybuilding's way harder anyway. Of course, when you are an enhanced athlete, there's so many other variables that you have to deal with to come in such great shape. I'm a personal
Right.
trainer as well, and so I've helped a lot of people that are natural athletes, and there is a big difference between helping the person who is, stacked versus someone who is natural. And it just, you know, it's almost a little bit more rewarding because it's so much harder.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to have a deeper,
exactly.
more profound respect for, walking in the gym and training, even though you may love it every day and you have the goal and the passion, it's just way different.
Right. I agree.
100%. The working out in the gym is, in my opinion, is so much fun.
Mm,
Um, it actually calms you down. And
Yeah.
you're like you put music on your headphones and you're in your moment. Like it's like a peace a moment. You can walk on a treadmill, you can lift weights and stuff like that, but it's like your moment. Um, Other than it's also healthy for you, but also it's just it amazes me how when you're in that zone, you're in that moment, you just kind of tone out everything. Like you're listening to your music and you're like, oh yeah, I like this music. Now I'm gonna go lift this weight faster or something like that. It's kind of crazy. Or you start running on the treadmill until the song your favorite song's done, and then it's like, okay, now I don't like this song. Let me go really slow, or something like that. So it's like you're like in your moment. It's like you see people leave the gym happy, then you see them coming in, they look, they're tired, they don't know why they're here, and then they leave and they're so happy because, I personally, my personal stories, I love going to the gym because it gives me peace. It's like your own moment
Yeah.
as well. So,
Yeah, same. I every morning I get up. My morning routine is I get up, meditate, and part of my meditation is the gym. I go to the gym, focus, lock in. It helps me prepare my day for all the crazy things that might come. Like, we deal with stuff every day that is unexpected, and
Yes,
all
sir.
that stress is built up. So
mhm.
you have to have a outlet, and some people use their outlet negatively. I rather use mine positively by doing something
Very
that's going to
true.
be healthy and help me still, while at the same time I can kind of let that anger out through lifting weights or running on, treadmill and just sweating it out. So yeah, I agree. It's that peace in like you're in a battlefield
hmm
with yourself in a sense, but then you come out like on top. So yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%. You
And I
know,
think that's the best part of it, is you every day you have to have that moment where it's you versus you,
hmm
because that's where you're going to excel outside the gym.
Right. Exactly.
very
Yeah.
true. Uh, Acting wise, as I looked in your background as yourself being an actor, you've done a couple of works of your acting skill so far up to today, 2024. It's almost end of 2024. What correction is, what do you see as the most biggest accomplishment so far up to today as you're being an actor?
Hmm. I would actually say the movie called The Wedding Hustler. I did that back in June 2022. I want to, if I'm not mistaken. Um, that one was my first speaking role that was also played in theaters, select theaters, and also my first role that kind of challenged me to, do something that I never would have thought I would have done. Um, I played a limo driver slash stripper. It's a romantic comedy, so the goal was to kind of give this serious look for me, but then give this comedy like, whoa, what was this? And it actually came uh from bodybuilding, to be honest. I had a show, I had one of my competitions like in between the shoot. So we already shot the limo driver scene, and they saw the directors saw my show because they followed me on, Instagram, and it was like, oh, you did a good job, and they left a voicemail. As I'm at the show, I come out and I have a message from the director, and uh, director Chris Serrano. He's an amazing guy, but he calls me up pretty much saying, "Hey, me and Hillary, we thought this would be a really fun and cool idea if we add a part to your role, and we remember when you posted on social media in your limo driver suit. You just kind of like you took a picture in the mirror saying "sexy limo driver." We kind of want to turn that real. And I was, it was like,
Wow.
okay, how are we gonna turn sexy limo driver real? Hold up, we did the serious role. Now we're gonna turn him sexy. Let's see how this plays. So I'm listening to the rest of the voicemail, and he's like, "So we just watched your show, and you still have those Speedos, right?" And I was like, "Yes." Where are we going with this? He was like, "Okay, you don't have to do this. We can cut it, but we just thought it would be really cool to add this scene where we hire instead of like hiring an someone come for the reception as entertainment, we make the limo driver like a cheap version of okay, we hiring him, getting two out of one price deal.
Oh
He's gonna be
yeah.
the driver, and then we'll switch him out into uniform, make him entertainment. So they, put me in Speedos and I stripped and yeah, danced. And I was like, that's okay, a first for me. Because one, I already had to get comfortable to be in Speedos in front of a whole bunch of people for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get comfortable for people to watch me on big screens and movies, like in my Speedos, dancing, not just in the Speedos now, just now it's Speedos and dancing like a stripper. So I was like, okay, sure. I'm gonna go for it because I told myself this year I'm gonna challenge myself out of my comfort zone. And when I said that, you know, well, whatever you speak, I believe whatever you speak into the world, it comes back. Sometimes not the way you want it, or unexpectedly the way you didn't think it was going to happen, but it happens for the best, right? And that for me opened doors because now I can say, oh, I can go, shoot a role and take a role for a stripper or, something that's going to be more vogue and sexual that I didn't think I can do. But now that I
Right.
already gave myself that chance because they opened that door for me, now I'm like, okay, I can see that in myself. People like my performance. Okay, I got a shot now. So yeah.
Yeah. I think that's very cool that you, in that moment, allowed yourself to experience um, what was put out there for you, because even though, I mean, I don't know, but most people who probably don't have any experience being, a male dancer for a film, even though you have a great physique, probably, that has to be hard to juggle, first off. But just the fact that you had this moment and you took it and you ran with it and look what it turned into. Look what it
Right.
turned into for yourself. And I think
Yeah,
that just speaks about life.
yeah,
You know,
definitely.
here you are, you're training your butt off in the gym. You never know what's going to happen with it. Yes, you may have the intentions of stepping on stage, but there's also those unexpected intentions that we just spoke about earlier.
Yes,
And look
exactly.
at this big thing. Just I saw a little bit of it on YouTube, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I will give a little secret. No one knows. I definitely prepared for that. I was behind the scenes on set. Now I'm just like playing uh what's the song Pony? And I'm just like and I'm just like trying to like figure out my moves while I'm recording myself, like trying to see what I'm gonna do so I don't look too crazy. But yeah, I really enjoyed it and like you said, it opened more doors. And also that was also my first um movie that was more Filipino based or Asian based
Hmm.
film that the whole set was mostly Filipinos and other Asians. So that also opened more doors. Why, again, I'm here in the Philippines now because of that movie. I was able to take that and say, oh, well, maybe I can do more with this and get
Mhm.
more into this industry. So I started one learning Tagalog, the Filipino language, and then I put out, a scene of me just speaking Tagalog a little bit. And yeah, just now I'm here in the Philippines doing some work here. So
Now, are you originally from Louisiana or what's, I mean, I've read some, but what is
New Orleans, yes, I
New
am
Orleans? So,
from New
but you're
Orleans.
in the Philippines now.
Yes, I am.
Home of Mardi Gras.
I Mardi Gras. Yeah, I'm Mardi Gras.
Now,
But yeah,
are you in the Philippines strictly for filmmaking or how's that working for you?
it's a little bit of both. Of I came here to experience the Philippines as I am first timer writing my first screenplay, and with that, I am mixing the two, my knowledge of the Philippines and learning the language, wanting to put that in the perspective of African American dating Filipina, having that relationship come together and play out. So in my script, just a little details, the main character does come to the Philippines and kind of get more involved in learning the culture so he can win over his crush and her family, get their support. And in the story, there's a lot of things that I wrote that I've already experienced, or a lot of my friends have kind of like gave me input on from their experiences. But the only thing that I never experienced was being in the Philippines. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to be writing as this character being in the Philippines, maybe I should go there and experience it so I can have a first person experience writing this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, my daughter is Filipino. So,
Mhm. Oh yeah, nice.
oh yeah. So my daughter's mom is Filipino, so I completely understand the culture and th I haven't been there myself, but my daughter's mom speaks highly of it, and I can only I can only understand how much it's advanced since years ago.
Right, right, yes. So much has changed since even from when people was telling me, oh, this is how it is and this is what it looks like, and now I'm here. I'm like, no, it's a bit different now, but okay. I mean, I'm enjoying it, and like I said, I'm putting myself out there, and I've been getting, other opportunities here in the entertainment industry. So yeah, it's been pretty well.
That's
It's,
awesome.
it's so cool, amazing. Because as myself, I'm from Japan, and so
Like,
different culture and how they make films in Japan is so different than they do in America. And it's so cool how every country do different films and different drama. It
Mhm.
just to me, I just enjoy the storylines and
Right.
what what's all about. So,
And that's also what kind of drew me to wanting to see what I can do here. Because after watching a lot of Filipino movies that's, based out of the Philippines, it did bring me like, okay, I kind of want to see how, well, one, you don't really see much of, Black people in Filipino movies. If you do, it's usually like they're a bad guy, but for the
Hmm.
most part, you don't really see them in their movies. So I wanted to challenge myself and see, okay, well, I can show them what I've done in the US. I've been in Philippine movies in the US. Maybe I can see if I can even get into this industry. And then I also, because I've been learning the language, that kind of will give me, like a boost up. Like, okay, I've been also been learning the language. I know the culture. Okay, here, I'm putting this out there into the world and see like what
mhm.
draws. And literally, within the first 2 months that I was here, I was reached out by a director here and got to be a part of a web series that they just shot. So yeah, so it's coming along, this thing. And when you said the way that it's filmed, like filming here versus US, so different.
I was
There's
just
a
going
lot
to
of things
ask you that.
there's a lot of things I had to learn. Um, Here, most of their films, I would say I don't, from what I can recall, most of the films I've done in the US hasn't been a like they don't do a whole bunch of workshops before
Mhm.
you film. Usually you just they give you your script, you learn it, you come in prepared, know
Hmm.
what you got to do. You might go over the lines a few times, but you go right to work. Here, they book you, but at least a month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on how long they want, they will make like have workshops every weekend that everyone come together and have to pretty much play out their characters and get involved. So they help their characters, their actors, one get really connected with each other and get comfortable with each other, and then they put them on screen to shoot. They don't just go straight to, oh, this is your coworker, they're your lines, you boom. Or it's not like this either, where we're just talking, round table, Zoom, and then yeah, they're in person, come do your thing. We gonna do this over and over, and then we'll shoot. So
I
that's something
think I'd like that better because at least you've built up some chemistry,
exactly. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you go and film, and it seems a lot more natural. Here in the U.S., you don't. I mean, it's a miracle if both actors get together and practice together, or go over the
exactly.
scenes, or read, or now they do Zoom calls and stuff like that, but definitely not on that level, which I think just brings a more sentimental, closer feeling between the actors, which makes it probably look a lot more genuine.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
agreed. And definitely for like romantic sexual scenes too.
Hmm.
Having just a Zoom, you can't really, I mean, you can imagine it, right? But you can't really play it out. But being here, doing the way that they're doing it, you're playing out the whole role, the whole scene. So you're kind of, or they're giving you other, like you do play with other dialogues, but in the sense you're still having to build that bond and that touch connection. So you already get comfortable, you already know placements and stuff. So by the time that you start shooting, it is very natural and it's very like I would say sincere when people see it. It's like, oh wow, they really have a good connection. And that's kind of where I think like which draw me to watching their movies. I'm like, oh wow,
Hmm.
like, okay, this is different.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I would say that would be like one of the main things I noticed being here.
I think that's incredible because there's probably very few people who actually, tell themselves, hey, I'm going to pack up and move to another country and have the experience you are having, and then go, this is completely different than how the US is doing it. And I
Hmm.
love it even better, even
Yeah.
more.
It's
Yeah.
incredible, amazing. It's actually so um passionately, I want to say, and encouraging and motivation that you just packed up your stuff and go. Um, like my co-host Daryl, it's like because it's kind of it's kind of how do you describe it? It's like you're you're risking it, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna go to this unknown country and take a chance. And it's like it's people might think it's crazy, it's mind blowing. People might thinking, you're nuts. Why? Why you have here, you have all these states you can go to and do filmmaking,
Right.
right? And so it's like it's just powerful. And I think it's just shows encouragement and
Oh
just
yeah.
passion, but also it shows. this is what I want to do. I'm gonna go for it. And you went for it.
Right.
And it's amazing. So
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank
I think
you.
you're spot on, Ryochi. It's like, sometimes as people, we talk ourselves out of those big moments like that because every one of us want to know what is in stake, what's in front of us before we go. But that takes the experience away.
Right.
Hmm.
And, you know, Charlie sits here and goes, okay, I'm moving to the Philippines. And his friends are going, this dude's crazy. Then they're sitting here going, Charlie's successful over in the Philippines. What the hell? And he's like, see, guys, that's what I was telling you about.
Hmm.
Yeah. And to be honest, I actually wasn't, how would we put this? Although I was joking when I said I'm moving to the Philippines, I only booked a ticket to be there for 3 months. I only gave myself 3 months just to see what will be like, what can I do, and also because I had a goal, I needed to
Hmm.
go there, experience it, finish writing my screenplay. That was my goal. But like I said, within the first 2 months of those 3 months, Ari being connected to director for a web series, and I'm like, oh, okay. That would, I think, spark even more interest of maybe I could do this. Maybe I could take that joke seriously and stay here a little bit longer and see what else plays out.
Hmm.
And although, like you said, there's risks, right? I am signed to a fitness modeling agency, movement talent agency in LA. And then I'm also signed with Starburst Talent in LA as well for acting. I have both agencies like reaching out, hey, are you back yet? We have this, we have that. And I'm like, no, I'll have to pass on this. I'll have to pass on that because, again, I know I can go back to the US and I can keep, trying and get more opportunities there. But what I haven't and what most people don't do, like you said, it's a big risk. Risking opportunities that is already being given
Hmm.
in the US is easy versus coming here to the
Yes,
unknown,
sir.
giving yourself a
Right,
chance.
right.
I feel in life, some things that come easy, you take for granted, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, the things that you actually work hard for, those things that isn't as easy for you to, win over, but then at the end you succeed. For me, that's an accomplishment. And my whole perspective on life is what's next can I accomplish? So that's the kind of reason why I said I'm still going to stick it out, see what I can do. And, yeah, here it's almost 8 months, so nine
That's
months. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
That's
absolutely amazing.
that's what dreams are about, though.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
like Daryl said, that is
You
what
take a
dream is about.
chance, you take the chance, you tell yourself, I'm going to be here for a moment, and then God already has things planned out for you when you get there.
Right.
You, you
Yep.
know, it was already in the works.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing is, you just get there. This guy's on Instagram or social media sees you, bro.
Right.
It doesn't
Right.
always work out like that.
Right.
No,
That's
but
it.
God has a plan. God always has a
Mhm.
plan, and
Right.
it's amazing, and that's how I view it. You know, I gotta ask is that how did your family feel that you were going to go from New Orleans all the way to Philippines for your acting, and was your family behind it? Was your family supporting you? How did your family view it?
Well, actually, when I came here, I was already living in California. I was in the military for 6 years already. So I lived in California for 6 years, away from my family. So I was already showing them what I can do in California as someone who's working full-time US Navy while still pursuing bodybuilding, fitness modeling, and acting.
That's
So
all.
they kind of saw that as, oh, he got something, he's gonna be something. So they always have been supportive, and I love my family to death. That not everyone has that support, definitely when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to the entertainment
Very true.
industry. Um, I was able to kind of one, not so much just have their support, but give them their passions back in pursuing their own things. Because before, I will give a little backstory. My mom was a teacher for elementary and middle school. And because of me pursuing my acting and my dreams, and then also was helping my brother when he was younger. I managed him as he was a dancer and actor. I managed him and then kind of let him go. My mom kind of got behind that, managing him. And now my mom opened her own business, small business. It's in living color, and it's a paint and sip business. And she loves to draw, she loves to paint. And during the pandemic, she decided, I'm quitting my teacher's job. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to do what I love. And she opened a paint and sip business during the pandemic.
Wow.
So, and
Wow.
ever since then, she just stuck with her paint and sip business. Is doing well in Dallas. So, yeah. So, I think when I told them I want to go explore, I want to go see what else I can do. My mom, yeah, go. Just if you need anything, you know where we're at. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely in your blood, brother.
Yeah.
Mom's a risk taker, you're a risk taker, and she's successful, you're successful, your brother's successful. And I just don't, you have to have people like that in your life in order for you to be able to take those type of risk.
Right, right.
You have to have you have to have someone in your life that's supporting you
Mm-hmm.
wholeheartedly for the moment you become adult and go, you know what, mom, I'm going to take off and I'm going to do this.
Right,
And it's just different versus a person who does not have that type of support. So it's a blessing, bro. I'm so happy for you that you have someone like your mom who completely believes in you, but also says, yo, I'm here when you need me.
right, right. Yeah. I'm very grateful for her and my family. So,
Absolutely amazing. It's grateful that you have family supporting you and they're there for you, like Daryl said, and everything about your story background, about taking chances, going for it. It's just motivational, also encouraging to other potential bodybuilders or athletes out there or actors out there to go for it and take chances and just don't give up on your dream. Don't stop and don't let anything stop you, right? You just take it day by day. And also, let's don't forget, I mean, God has a plan for you. So, um, you never know. So, and God had a plan for you, Charlie, but God has a plan for everybody else out there. So, um, keep it up, Charlie. Thank you. I mean, like I said, it's just a powerful story.
Yes,
thank you.
very. It's just the actor is it's a huge testament to an actor who wants to follow his dream
Mm, right,
because we can live in our very own states and never pursue our dream because of fear,
right,
you
right.
know. But
Certainty.
to sit and pack up and go to another country where you know no one is the real fear. But I just feel like your people, meaning those who believe in you, have faith in you, and sees your potential, is always going to be there no matter where you go.
Right, right. I agree with that. Mm,
Yes, like Daryl said, everybody's going to be there supporting you or supporting each other. And as being an actor, it's just it's I don't know how to describe his words, but it's family is or and support. Family is supporting you and having people support you doing this passion and dream is the most thing that's important. You know, you want to surround yourself with positive people, right?
Right.
And you have to surround yourself with people that's going to encourage you, you know, help you and push you, you know, and hopefully you know whatever you know keep that path going, right? Because you never know what's gonna happen in a few months, right? And it's
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
blowing, right? So it's like it's just so powerful, in my opinion. I know I'm saying this many times, so powerful, but it is because it's the encouragement that you're showing, it's the testimony that you're showing that you moved, right? And there's anybody that can move from like to London or Australia or you know any of those countries, but to Philippines, you know, you showed another testimony to other actors out there who are living in, you know, Japan, South Korea, or England, or Australia, right? Or Canada, for example, anywhere who moved so far away from home to pursue to be an actor. You're giving them a message and saying, you're not
Yes.
alone. I'm here telling you my story. I'm in the journey with you. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep going. And let's keep encouraging each other. That's the message you're sending to them. And they're going to be thankful because when they hear your story, when they watch this interview, they're going to be like, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep fighting. And I'm going to stay where I am and just go for it. So,
Right,
like I said,
right.
Charlie, you never know. You're going to impact somebody out there.
Oh yeah.
I hope so, and that's kind of just one of my goals in life is, although, you know, people say, "Oh, you are doing this and you're doing being successful, or you're doing this and you're like," at the end of the day, even if I'm doing it for me, I want it to be a story for someone else to be able to see, oh, I see myself in you. I see myself being able to do that because you did it. And I'm also going to piggyback on what you just said. You said you need a community, right? You have to have that community. And I agree that you also need a community, even if it's not family. Because some
Right.
people, you
Hmm.
might not have your family support, but the community that you surround yourself, the people that's going to be positive in your life, that's who's going to keep you going. Even if it's not family, even if it's not your closest best friends that you grew up with. I moved away from that and found community before my friends and my family even jumped on board. I was in California in the military doing stuff, and then they saw, and then that's kind of when. So I would say for people that's watching this, don't take it as you have to already have that before you start. Okay. You can start, find your own community, find the people that's going to support you. And then those who you really want supporting you, maybe they'll open their eyes and then maybe they'll realize because sometimes they have to see it after, they'll start believing it after they see it. You
Hmm.
might have to just show it. You might have to, hey, this is my passion. I'm going to show you I can do it.
Yep.
So that's just me putting that out there. Go for it, even if you don't have the support right away.
I love that. I love that because you're just spot on, bro. Because, you know, I think, there's something out there that says, no one can see your vision for what you want, and only you know what you want. And after they see you conquering that vision or making that become reality, then they understand. And so you're going to do great things. You already are. And I think that the biggest part, I think, is you're making such a huge impact in the Philippines.
Yes, you
Imagine
are.
the people you're inspiring there. Here's this guy from the United States comes here and he wants to be part of us.
Yeah.
That is is the mind-blowing part for a lot of people, I
Hmm.
guarantee.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and you can also turn it around. you may inspire Philippine actors to say, I want to go to America and take a chance. You
Yeah.
never know. And somebody out there that you're going to impact, they're going to say, you know what? I'm going to go to America because I met Charlie or I saw this interview and I'm going to go to America and take a chance, and you never know. And that's what's one thing that's so impacting and so powerful with your testimony, your story, your journey, um, being where you are, and you're impacting people from both countries, America and the Philippines.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's the true testimony of what it is. And also, about being in a community is it's amazing because as actors and producers and film and screenwriters, we all can somehow stay connected with Instagram now, right? That's how we support each
Yeah.
other, and that's it doesn't matter where we're living now, right? And that's how we stay as a community support, as all of those actors, we somehow connect with each other through Instagram or support each other through Instagram. You have people making comments or following you or contacting you. You don't even met, they could be living in Los Angeles, New York, or wherever, and you don't even know who they are. But that's one thing I love is that we're supporting each other. And that's to me, it's mind blowing, but it's also happy because
Right.
it proves that we're a family. We're a
Mhm.
family and we support each other.
Yes.
And it's like go for it, right? And we encouraged other people to go for it too. And it's like we all congratulate each other, right? And that's the one thing I love about the entertainment community that we support each other. And to me it's just for you as Charlie is that you're definitely impacting somebody out there, a few more people out there, and they're gonna say, I'm packing up my stuff tomorrow and the next day and go to America for 3 months or Australia for 3 months or somewhere, and they're gonna realize, oh, I was only supposed to be here for 3 months, but guess what? I'm here in America or wherever, and I'm acting. And they're gonna say, well, because Charlie encouraged me, right? Or something like that. So it's really like Daryl said, it's powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Um, I mean, if my story can reach those, mentally and physically to make a move, I'm I've already done my job. I'm happy for that. So yeah.
I think I want to finish with is if there was one thing that you would tell your younger self now that you are living in this life with your older self, what would it be?
I would tell myself not to live in fear because that I would say kind of stopped me from starting early on and stopped me from putting myself out there early on. Um, so I would say, yeah, not okay. I'm gonna kind of retract that.
Okay.
Not to not live in fear,
Hmm.
but live in fear, but still push through it. Because you
Mhm.
can be afraid and still do something and find out all what you're capable of. You can still live through fear and still push through it and find out, oh, I actually enjoy this thing. Or I actually like found love with this, whatever you was afraid to even do or try. So be afraid, but don't let that stop you.
Yes.
Very true. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Where can people connect with you? Social media.
Charlie made it on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook as well. Yeah, so and on IMDb, Charlie St. Cyr, you can find all of my credits there.
I
Well,
love that name. Charlie made
Thank you. Thank you.
it. Yeah.
That was also
Like Daryl said,
that was also me speaking into existence when I decided, oh, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna make it. So I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make that
I
happen. So
love that.
I
I
can we
want to,
cannot wait. We cannot wait.
yeah.
Well, everybody, don't forget to follow Charlie on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. And also, don't forget to follow the Red Carpet Roundtable. We are
yes.
now officially on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and on YouTube and Instagram. So we have all platforms. Please don't forget to follow us on those as well. And the great news about Apple Podcasts is you can listen at the gym at all of our episode and on Spotify, of course, and you can watch it on YouTube. So thank you, Mr. Charlie, for coming on. And we are looking forward to hearing for more exciting stuff about your acting career in the future, and we would love to have you back. So thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable.
No, thank you
Charlie,
guys. Thank you, Red Carpet. I enjoyed it so much.
we appreciate you. And don't be afraid to share some of your success with us. We would love to post it on our page, especially with you being a guest here on the show. Might as well spread the love. And we look forward to seeing the great things that you do in the future.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.